Gormahar Count Corner and Kate Shees, one of my weakest to Fain, I was Oireachtas, I was Gockinia, and Cower Energy, good year, and the Inner Clonmella. Go be shocked in the we had a very tragic time in Clonmel, and I want to thank the whole community, Clonmel school communities, the Gardaí, all the agencies, and all the people, the community, and all the people from around the country who rode in the sense of the Mehel and supported those families. It was really deeply appreciated amongst our grief. Agus an Ocht, Clonmel town, as I said, has a population of 19,000 people in the town with a huge hinterland as well. Fantastic industry. It's a town that is struggling over various issues, but it's a town with a strong community and great business community who are doing their best in a very difficult economic climate. The Clonmel Business Network has over 110 businesses in their network, made up of small businesses, medium businesses, who are the backbone of our economy in the town. However, the business of the town are at their wits' end. They are doing their best to trade through the rising energy costs, but they are struggling to manage with an inadequate water supply. Not only the business, but all the householders also. A hospital, you name it. As you know, I have raised this matter with you as Week Minister, that's Minister O'Brien, and wrote to you over the summer a number of times about this issue. The town has suffered from a weekly water outages, boil water notices and low water pressures. And just is simply not acceptable. In a modern day network, modern times, you think we're in a third world country. It's not as bad. I was in Bosnia-Herzegovina recently, in Medjugorje, and a very impoverished place with the best of water at all times and broadband, and they haven't any of the spin that we have around here. The water issues are costing the businesses and householders, but businesses thousands in additional costs and loss of revenue. Costs to equipment that they have that gets destroyed when the water goes off when they're not aware of it. They've been forced to close due to lack of water. A walk up the streets in Clonmel is daunting at the moment now, but to see so many vacant buildings, businesses that were there for generations being closed due to lack of business. But it's even more depressing over the summer months when you walk up and you see businesses closed with a badge on the door saying, apologise to customers, but due to no water they had to close without notice. It's a shocking situation, and that's okay. On occasional time, people put up with that, but this is ongoing. And I want to salute the hard-working county council workers who are doing their best to keep the water in the pipes. They do a great job and have done over the decades. The issue is quite simply unacceptable in modern Ireland. Businesses have to close due to lack of water. Not once, but as I said, 40 days since April. There are businesses that are paying thousands of euro each year to Uisce for water, and they're customers, and they're left without any supply. So any business couldn't operate that way. So how Irish Water are left getting away with that, I don't know. The customer is always right as far as my business experiences are. They're not receiving adequate service, and they need urgent intervention. The level of communication from Uisce over the summer has been appalling, and the public representative line is simply not fit for purpose. The public are at a loss to know how we have had the wettest summer in recent times, certainly, and no water in the pipes, no water in the houses or in the businesses. It's just beggars belief. I have been requesting a meeting with Uisce and management for over 2 months now to visit Clonmel water treatment plants, and there are 3, but I haven't received that meeting. We had an Oireachtas engagement meeting last week with updates, but in reality, the updates were very poor, and we're going to wait 10 years for a proper supply where they're going to take the water from the River Suir and treat it and put it in. In the interim, they're talking about giving us hard water from a Mile Rovers supply, which is a well, board well, which will destroy the rest of the town, householders and businesses with all their equipment because it's full of lime. And Uisce and Irish Water have refused to treat that as source. So we have huge problems, no confidence in Irish Water. We want immediate answers. Thank you.
Thank you for raising this matter. Thanks to the Minister.
Gurmagut Ceann Comhairle agus Portland Big Sagwal leis an teachtas and Ceis Tábhacht. Again, Deputy, thank you for raising this issue with me here on behalf of our department and outlining the very real concerns you have put forward on behalf of the businesses in Clonmel, a town I'm very familiar with as a former student of Tip Institute on the campus there, but also a town that is, as you said, doing great work in terms of trying to revitalise its town centre. and this is a huge challenge to it. I suppose just to say at the start that the provision of wastewater service in Clonmel and water services is a matter for Uiscéireann in the first instance. The Uiscéireann Capital Programme is fully funded to almost €1 billion of exchequer funding available in 2023, and Uiscéireann will have invested €134 million in water and wastewater infrastructure in Tipperary from 2014 to 2024, and estimated that approximately another €136 million will be invested beyond 2024. My department has made inquiries and has been advised that Uiscéireann is monitoring the current Clonmel situation very closely, and they have identified a number of projects to rectify many of the issues arising. As the Deputy will understand, these projects are complex in nature and may take some time to deliver. However, in the short term, Uiscéireann are implementing remedial works for the 3 water treatment plants that serve Clonmel and its environs, and that will address deficiencies in the plants. Operational improvements are also being carried out with the installation of a generator with auto changeover to enable continuous power to the plants in the event of power interruptions, and control valves with automatic shutdowns. They are also undertaking 2 kilometres of water main rehabilitation for the Clonmel network, covering Cashel Street, William Street, Morton Street, Bolton Street, Albert Street and Western Park. Replacing these old pipes with new, modern pipework will improve water quality and supply, as well as reducing disruptions, including low pressures and outages. These works are expected to be completed by the end of this year. In terms of responding to the business community, Uiscéireann has rolled out a new text alert system for business customers in Tipperary, and the aim of this service is to inform business customers of outages, planned and unplanned, as well as drinking water restriction notices, including boiled water notices of a duration of 4+ hours. If an issue arises on the network that causes a water outage in an area or affects water quality, businesses who sign up to the service will receive a text alert as soon as Uiscéireann has assessed the issue and the necessary information to alert those businesses affected and for how long they might be without water. Furthermore, Uiscéireann has advised that supports are available to business owners who experience issues with their water supply. Any non-domestic business customer who is impacted by a water quality notice will receive a tariff discount on their water supply charge for the period impacted by the water quality notice. In this case, business customers will receive a 40% rebate on the cost of supply of water to their businesses for the duration of water quality notice, and this will automatically be applied to their bills. And further information can be found on the business section of Uiscéireann's website. I'll come back in a supplementary, Deputy. I think you've raised very serious concerns that are being addressed by Uiscéireann. I know that there has been a briefing for Tipperary Oireachtas members in relation to this, but that my understanding is that Uiscéireann are making every effort to try and resolve the issues, and again, we will relay the concerns that you brought back to Uiscéireann as well from our department.
Concora, I should thank you for granting me this topic tonight as well. No, Minister, look, the Uiscéireann are not hands-on. They don't understand the network. They don't understand the pipe network, the reservoirs. They have a plan now to stop the water treatment plant in Pellervinogue and stop taking water from that. And they've laid a pipe actually 3 kilometres up the road to put water back up to there. It's bizarre what they're doing. They don't understand, they don't want to know, and they won't listen. We have a reservoir up in the Ragwell, which is empty. It should be used. And the business network you mentioned, that a text alert, that the business did buy into it, they're not engaging with it because Uiscéireann won't give them the reports. William Burke organised a meeting in Clonmel Park, which I attended. They asked for reports about these reservoirs and about the water supplies. They won't get them. They have to go to FOI. So the contempt which Uiscéireann have for the businesses, for the householders, and what they have for public reps is appalling. I want to salute the councillors in the town and Clonmel and Borough District area because they have been at their wits' end. Imagine no water for 40 days during the summer when there's floods nearly in the river. They can't fill the reservoirs and the other schemes as well in the Alfenna region, the Galtee region, and indeed the Linguan and Carrick Shore. And water everywhere, and they can't fill the reservoirs because they have technical issues that they don't understand, and they haven't technicians to fix them in time. So all you have in your reply there is useless, toothless and fruitless, because simple, basic, when the caretakers were there, and I salute one of them, PJ Cullen, who went to his rest last year, they were at the plants, understood them. They're looking at them from a distance, looking at them by computer. The reservoirs are not less than a third full all of this year when there's rain, and even tonight they're a third full. And there's something radically wrong with the systems when they can't fill the reservoirs to continue the pressure on the pipes and supply the towns. You mentioned relaying pipe work. We appreciate that's a help, but the basic problem is that the plants and the lack of understanding of the system. New modern technology in that's not fit for purpose. We were buying new plant in Oireachtas in Thurles, only fitted 2 years ago. Thurles had a boil water notice for 40 days there recently, so all the investment isn't working. Go back to the drawing board. And unfortunately, Irish water is not fit for purpose and doesn't listen to the people or the businesses.
It would appear to me, Minister, just having listened to the debate, that it's not an unreasonable request to ask Irish Water to engage with their customers in Clonmel.
Absolutely.
They are a public utility paid for out of the public purse.
Yeah, absolutely, Concorda, and I agree wholeheartely. And I think, in fairness to Uiscaren, they have engaged in this issue, and they have. My understanding, there has been a comprehensive written update issued to all local public reps this month, setting out Uiscaren's investment for the Clonmel and the communication strategy and engagement practices with local elected representatives. So I do think, and my own experience has been that is improving and has been improving, particularly over the last year. And I also understand that Uiscaren has provided comprehensive details on the Clonmel outages to the Clonmel Business Association last week, and further provided briefings to the Oireachtas members, to Tipperary County Council Water Services at a workshop last week. And again, this is more proactive. I know historically, I think there's been Oireachtas deputies have raised issues around Uiscaren's communication in the past, and I do think that is improving. And again, you'll challenge that, Deputy, but I do think it is improving. And regarding long-term plans, Uiscaren is running a public consultation on the Regional Water Resources Plan for the South East region, and this includes part of Tipperary. And the plan sets out options for providing a more secure, reliable and sustainable water supply for almost 370,000 customers in the South East region for over the next 25 years. So feedback is sought through the public consultation on the draft RWP for the South East. And again, I would reiterate that it is critically important, as you have said, Concorda, that channel of communication between Uiscaren and their customers, in this case the business community in Clonmel Town Centre, that communication is effective, it is meaningful, and it is addressing the issues as they see them. So I do think that is happening, but I can appreciate the challenge that it has brought about for the business community in Clonmel.